I had to reload because Milo was talking too much. I clicked on her twice, and I think that was the mistake. We're not too far away from the Ministry of Truth, as you see it all the way up there. So we just floated our way down using the console, and we are approaching Ebonheart. You probably didn't read all the text that Milo said, but basically she tells you to go and meet someone in Ebonheart and tell them that you need to go fishing. If you use a divine intervention scroll, it teleports you here anyway, so don't feel too bad about using the console. And this is who we need to speak to, Blatter Hateria. Yes, I'm Blatter Hateria. Do I know you? And we need to click on... Right, you're the Outlander. My friend said you might want to go fishing. Yes. Let's go fishing. I know a fine place. Excellent fishing. My friend Milo says it's her fishing spot. Are you ready to go? Yep, let's go. Okay, and I get taken to Holmayen, and this is a transport to Holmayen, which is basically the secret place of the dissident priests, of which you might have inferred that Milo is a member. Okay, let's just talk to her again. Right, she eventually takes us fishing. She was not doing anything for ages. I guess the delays are mainly due to the speech. Now, Holmayen is an interesting little place. It's another... I'll save here so we save our progress. It's a place that's guarded by a special magical entrance that's only open at certain times. So we're going to go up these stepping stones. If we check the map, you can see exactly where we are. So we've come quite a long way from Ebonheart, which was all the way down here. And there's a lot of cloud cover, but we've drifted all the way up to Holmayen, which isn't too far away from Sadrath Moya and Wolverine Hall. But we're making fast progress in the main quest. There's usually an animal or two. And we'll get rid of those. And you can see this is the entrance that's somehow hidden. Now we'll check the time, and we'll wait. Let's wait an hour. Wait a couple of hours, because it actually opens between dawn and dusk, as you see. Now it's open, so let's get in there. And this is the refuge of the dissident priests. And the dawn to dusk opening time is worth remembering because it's also the opening time of another important place in the main quest. Now here we are. This is inside Holmayen. You've got all the shrines around us. Where's Milo? She's run terrible risks remaining at the Hall of Wisdom and Truth. I can rest here. I want to cure my disease. As you see, I've still got ataxia from ages ago, and it just won't cure. Apparently, these things are supposed to cure disease, but don't think they do. Look, I've still got ataxia after all this time. That's negated my super fast running ability. I wonder if I've got a common cure disease. Ah, here we are. Could have had that all along. I've still got ataxia. Okay, so it doesn't work. Let's speak to Milo. Thanks again for rescuing me. Yeah, sure. Now let's find out a few things. about the persecution of the Nerevar, its Ashlander cult. The tribunals are false gods. Never understood why a temple wastes so much energy on them. Faithful cannot be shaken by such attacks, and the Ashlanders are just ignorant savages. But since the submission of the temple to the Empire, the militant wing of the temple is fierce on its attacks on heretics. Keys is a dear friend. He serves the Emperor, also loves Morrowind. Okay, he got sent back to the Empire for being a skooma freak. Let's ask about the Nerevar prophecies. Dissident priests have collected many ancient prophecies of the Nerevar, many of which they believe to be genuine. These are the Lost Prophecies of the Incarnate. One of the sacred missions of the Dissident priests is the collection and studies of these prophecies. We're fiercely loyal to the temple's ancient traditions. We're troubled that the source of the tribunal's divinity is the same source of Dagoth Ur's evil power. Dagoth Ur's power seems to wax as the tribunal's power wanes. Read the Progress of Truth, and you'll see why we are uneasy. And we've already read all that. We can ask about Sothasil, who's another one of their... Oh, you can read that he's one of the 3 immortal god kings of Morrowind. And you can ask about Alamexia as well, who's the virtuous wife of Lord Nerevar, who was the wife of Lord Nerevar and later slept with Vivek. Interesting. Return to Vivek. Okay. Basically, I'm just asking her questions, trying to find out whether I can progress the quest, because we need to find out a bit about the Lost Prophecies. So, from 7th sign of 11th generation, neither Hound of Gwar, Cedar nor Harrow, but Dragonborn and far star marked, Outlander incarnate beneath Red Mountain, blessed guest, counters 7 curses, star blessed hand wields thrice cursed blade to reap the harvest of the unmourned house. I've annotated you a copy of the Lost Prophecy with our best efforts at interpretation, but a rough summary might be: an outlander, foreign born but welcomed as a guest, confronts 7 curses beneath Red Mountain. His hand, blessed by Azura, used the cursed blade to bring justice to House Dagoth or House Dwemer, or both. The Nerevar, an outlander? That wouldn't please many Ashlanders, but may explain how the prophecy got lost. The 7 curses. 7 curses reads as follows. Through the doors of the unmourned house where scoffers scoff and schemers scheme, from the halls of the oath-breaking house ring 7 curses of the gods blasphemed. First curse, curse of fire. Second curse, curse of ash. Third curse, curse of flesh. Fourth curse, curse of ghosts. Fifth curse, curse of seed. Sixth curse, curse of despair. Seventh curse, curse of dreams. Your copy of the 7 curses bears our guesses at interpreting the verses. In short form, 7 curses come from House Dagoth or House Dwemer, or both. Fire and ash come from House Red Mountain. Flesh is Corpus. Ghost, seed and despair are unclear, but Curse of Dreams refers to the recent cases of soul sickness and sleeper attacks in the town. It tells you a bit about Dagoth Ur grows stronger while a tribunal grows weaker, and the return of Saint Nerevar may be our best prospect at salvation. A significant part of the temple hierarchy might be more inclined to accept and tolerate differences of opinion in dogma. I'm just going to summarise all that he says. You can tell that he's saying a lot about Dagoth Ur. So long as the Ordinators, Buoyant Armigers and Tribunal could contain the Blight and Dagoth Ur's creatures within the Ghost Fence, faith in the temples was strong. But now travellers and settlements suffer from blight storms and marauding monsters, and the people fear the temple is losing its battle with Dagoth Ur. The 6th house is a new threat and not widely recognised as another face of Dagoth Ur. It's clearly a sign of the coming crisis, and the temple may no longer be able to protect Morrowind. The Dunmer may turn to the ancient pillars of faith, the ancestors and their Daedra, and the prophetic visions granted by Azura. Then they may look to Nerevar to lead them against the grim armies of Dagoth Ur. The Hieroglypha are collected priestly writings of the temple. The Apocrypha are the hidden writings, secrets known at the highest levels of priesthood. Defying the temple, we've gathered as much of the Apocrypha as we can in Holmayen. One of the chief disputes between temple and dissident priests is that the temple hides the truth from its followers. I've reviewed the Apocrypha and found 2 passages of particular interest. We've made copies of these passages to give to you. Many are familiar with the 2 prophecies, called the Stranger and the 7 Visions. We have the 2 other prophecies, the Lost Prophecies and the 7 Curses. We've also prepared a document for you called Kangrenak's Tools. It basically tells you about the power of the... well, where the power of the temple came from. So, we have now picked up the books that we need, which are the Lost Prophecy, which basically, I'll summarise it. The Outlander, which is going to be me, has to confront 7 curses, which are probably going to be Dagoth Ur's wizard lords, and possibly like the curse of, well, the curse of Corpus, etc., etc. Starblessed suggests Azura. What does this say? Starblessed suggests, talks about a weapon called Keening. Well, that's a bit of a useless summary. Let's read Kangrenak's Tools. Kangrenak's Tools. Lord Kangrenak determined a magical stone was the heart of the god Lorcran, cast here in the Dawn Era as punishment for his mischief in creating the mortal world. Kangrenak forged 3 enchanted artifacts to use this power: Wraithguard, which is an enchanted gauntlet; Sunder, an enchanted hammer; Keening, a blade. Kangrenak used these tools on the heart in the Battle of Red Mountain, but when he did, the Dwemer race disappeared from the world. Lord Nerevar and Lord Dagoth retrieved these tools and didn't know what to do with them. Nerevar asked Dagoth to guard his tools while he consulted with Vivek, Alamexia and Seal. But while Nerevar was gone, Dagoth was confused by the powers of the tools. When Nerevar and the councillors arrived, he refused to give up the tools, having sworn to Nerevar to protect them. Then Dagoth fought with Nerevar and the councillors and was mortally wounded and driven off, and the tools were recovered. Then Nerevar and his councillors took the tools away for safekeeping. They swore a great oath never to use the tools, but after Nerevar's death, Vivek, Alamexia and Sotasil yielded to temptation. They took the tools and went to Lorcran's heart and gave themselves divine powers. Dagoth had not died. We don't know what happened, but his experiments and Kangrenak's tools joined him to the heart's divine nature in some way, so he drew power directly from the heart. We conjecture that Dagoth Ur used the heart without caution and restraint and has become terribly powerful and mad. Tribunal showed great care and restraint, and they weren't driven mad, and they did many good things. Nonetheless, the Tribunal have been corrupted by the heart's power. Kangrenak's tools are cursed. Stealing power from the heart of a god is a terrible folly. The Tribunal's losing battle to control the power of the heart. They are sustained by the same power that drives Dagoth Ur mad. They grow weak and cannot protect us from Dagoth Ur. Even if they could, would it be wise to worship gods such as these? They conceal the truth out of shame. They persecute the Nerevar and the dissident priests. The Tribunal have done much good, but they've succumbed to the temptation of Kangrenak's tools. Now they must be seen, or these tools are now instruments of doom. So we have picked up all we needed to know. There's a few skill books around here, I think, so you could spend ages reading everything. I won't do so. You can also rest in the beds and use all these supplies and basically charge yourself up again. I think there's also someone who sells potions. Let's see. Oh, she doesn't sell potions. I'm sure there was someone who sold potions. Maybe downstairs. But these are all the distant priests, so we just check her. Nope. So let's go back to... it requires a key to open. Unlock that. Get out again. And we are stuck behind this wall. But we'll just wait until the thing opens again. And we're gonna make our way back into the Ursulaku camp. If you recall when we spoke to the wise woman Nerevar, I think that was her name. Well, let's fast travel anyway. I don't think we actually need to wait. Yeah, if you remember last time, she said get the prophecies and then come back to me. And that's what we're doing. Now Keys Casadus has gone off, she is our point of call. And now we are pretty much over the start game, and so we're level 10, which isn't particularly good. I might do some leveling up off screen after I've completed all of this. Let's go and find the wise woman anyway. Speak to her, and that should be the end of this part, and we should be doing the rest of the risky quests later. Let's speak to Nabina Marsai though. Go ahead, do you have questions about the Nerevar prophecies? Well, I've got the Lost Prophecies for you. You have these Lost Prophecies. You will tell me these things until I have them by heart. Then you'll tell me what the priests say. Then you'll leave me. And when the moons have come and gone, return, I'll give you my judgment. No, look, I don't want to wait. Do I pass the test? Okay, so we've completed that quest. We need to wait, I think, an entire day. We might as well wait in her yurt an entire day. And once we've waited, we can actually proceed with the mid-game. And the mid-game is quite fun because we need to fulfill the prophecies of the Nerevar, because you know, and she is starting to know, that I actually am the Nerevar reborn, and we need to prove this. Okay, you unclean, get away from me. Well, whatever. Now let's see about passing the test. Have the Lost Prophecies? No, I don't want to ask about Peak Star. Lost Prophecies. Kagrak's Tools. My Judgment. Okay, so she says, you, blessed by Zura, must lift the 7 curses. I've been chosen as your guide. I'll read the signs and show you the way. It's time to walk the path of the 7 visions and pass the 7 trials. So, I was born of uncertain parents under a certain star sign. Now, I don't understand the second one, which is the curse of flesh. I was killed by Corpus. I don't age. Then you've overcome the curse of curse of flesh. You have passed the second trial. The third trial is unfulfilled. The third trial, you should go to Saul Matru, and he shall tell you the third trial. Okay then, so that leaves us to go and talk to Saul Matru. Mattel. Hopefully he won't try to kill me again as he did last time. It's always so dark in these places. There he is, he's just waiting outside. You wish to know about the third trial, I shall tell you. You have entered the path of the Nerevar. It's a hard thing to believe. Therefore I should keep my own counsel and set you a test. I'll test your strength and cunning. Nearby is Kogranen, and you'll bring me 3 tokens from Dark Kogaran. First one is Corpora Sweepings. Second is House Dagoth Cup. And third is the Shadow Shield. Bring those things and I shall tell you the secret of the third test. Okay, so let's go to Kogaran. And he's given you directions there. It's a bad place. No shit. It's an ancient Dunmer stronghold. Okay, right, so we're going to go to Kogaran. We'll pause things there and I shall save you the trial of getting there, because Kogaran's all the way over here. And I shall see you next time.